There is nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all. Peter F. Drucker. And my friends, when it comes to charting the market, oh my word, there are so many people that waste so much time doing stuff that shouldn't be done at all and then try to get efficient at it. What we teach is simple charts every day, following them, learning the personality of the stocks and ETFs that you care about, that you are tracking. Practice trading all you can and learning by doing. That's what we do here each and every day. That's what we teach. And I will tell you, for me, that is what works. Let's jump into these charts. We see on the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100, they're up today. S&P just a little bit. NASDAQ 100 a lot. What's up with 20-year bonds, gold, and Bitcoin? They are all down today. Nothing moving super big. But let's jump into these charts. We see the S&P 500. Again, we talked about the little rest period after we saw the Trump bump. That, of course, occurred back on the 6th. Actually started on Election Day, but then really took off. Went up until the Monday after the election in the afternoon, then drifted down, then relentlessly moving back up and higher. And this week starting off, now you can see the volume's been falling off on the weekly. Well, it fell off last week, but we had a short market week, right? This week, nothing to write home about on day one, but we have 4 more days, don't we? And when we look at what's going with the Friday, Monday, not a lot of volume there. So again, short day on Friday, regular day on Monday. It was a short day for those of you that don't live in the States. It was Thursday, was Thanksgiving. Friday, of course, all the big wigs are out in the trading markets, and it was a short day. Market closed at 1. So what do we see happening today? Up some in the morning, a little bit further up in the afternoon. Not much, but a green candle forming on all of our charts. So we'll continue to watch. Now the NASDAQ going up a lot more than the S&P 500, over 1%. Again, booting up to well, look over here. If we look back, we had the high of 514.92, then 515.58. That was the weeks respectively, the 4th, beginning the 4th and the 11th of November. And again, what we see here, 516.26. So we've hit a higher high. Again, after that Trump bump in the pullback, things moving along nicely. And again, we will keep an eye on things. We saw that the real movement up happened in the morning. Volume and movement paired off a little in the afternoon. Price movement pairing down some in the afternoon. But a nice day for the NASDAQ, resuming that move, moving higher. What about 20-year U.S. government bonds? Well, we talked about how things ended last week. We had a nice run down in TBF. You might say, what is TBF? Tango, Bravo, Foxtrot. That is single inverse for 20-year U.S. government bonds. And it did us right on that whole move up while 20-year U.S. government bonds were going down. That was the inverse. And of course, what's happening now? Well, you could be back into 20-year U.S. government bonds as they again start the week off with a green candle, but not an up move. Pulling back a little bit, 0.1%, 0.11. Now, I told you this doesn't meet my criteria for jumping in. I want a nice high volume with an interim low, which didn't happen here. It actually moved low with low volume. Then it turned around, not a green spinning top, which is what I like to see, but again, below average volume and a green up candle. Now, will it continue to move up? It may very well, but I got other things I can trade. I'm not going to trade a chart that, again, I don't like when it doesn't do what I like charts to do, that let me know that things are moving in the right direction. They're meeting my already set criteria that helps me over and over and over again make the right call. But again, nice green up candle, a little bit of a pullback for the day. We'll see. Bonds may very well continue to move up. Maybe they don't. What's up with gold? Well, gold down for the day, 0.88%. I've told you that I continue to think gold is probably going to track off Why? Because we had this interim high with higher than average volume on the 28th, and we had a red spinning top turnover. Then we had things really hammer down. Now we had a doji followed by, that's just a bizarre little candle, little bitty wick on top, very small candle, wick on the bottom, red. And then this week with again another red down candle forming. What's going on here? You know, it looks like it's just sliding sideways with a lot of downward pressure. Hasn't taken off again, so we'll wait, we'll watch, we'll see. If indeed this charting pattern, as it is correct so many times, continues to push things down. It does. If it doesn't, we'll take a short loss, a small loss, and we'll get out. Now, what do we see going on with Bitcoin? Pulling back for the day, 1.33%. Bitcoin really powered up, starting again after the Trump win. We see on that week, the 11th, where it just that Monday took off and just hammered up. And we reached a high that week of 105.77. The next week, 112.99. Last week, 112. This week, 110.35 is the high. So again, slowing down. We can see where volume the last 3 weeks has been slowing down. So again, we see down in the morning, a little further down in the afternoon. We'll keep our eye on things, see which way Bitcoin is going to go. That is where we are, folks, as we end the day on Monday. Regular week this week. Good holiday. I hope all of you had. I had a good holiday. And we're getting ready to go on into the Christmas season and maybe have a Santa Claus rally. We'll keep our eyes open for it. God bless, my friends. All the best from chartingwealth.com.